What's up, YouTubers? This is George, the 80s Transformers fan. And today I got Grimlock versus Grimlock Prehistoric Battle, Takara Tomy versus the second release from Hasbro of this Grimlock. Picked them up Sunday, the day before Memorial Day. It was our release day in Michigan, and I picked them up at a Southfield store. The store only got 4 in. It was me and 2 other guys in line, and I thought I was going to have to battle to get one, you know, because I wasn't the first guy in line. And what they did, they handed out slips to purchase him, and you were limited to 1 per customer. It was weird because I've never seen them do that, and since then I've picked up 4 more, and I didn't have that type of problem or situation happen before where they only allowed you to get 1. And now I have like 5 of these guys. I'm putting a couple on eBay, but I'm gonna review this one. And I'm gonna open them up on camera. I'm gonna review this one, and I'm gonna open them up on camera. So we'll start with the old school boy Takara Tomy version. Bring him forward. I'll take a look at the box. Shows Grimlock in both robot mode and T-Rex mode. Come around to the side. Not much really happening there. In the back of the box, it shows you everything you need to know about this toy. Grimlock holding his Energon sword, shows him in T-Rex mode twice. It shows you the light up feature on the sword, shows you the light up feature on the gun, shows you the color change in eyes, in Dinosaur mode as well, all of his accessories, and it shows you he can hold the tray. And really, that's everything in a nutshell about this guy. Slide that back and get the new release guy. Shows you Grimlock wearing his crown. He's king. The weapons, ToysRUS exclusive label. His new designation is MPO3, with the first MPO1 Hasbro being Acid Storm, then Soundwave. Now we have Grimlock, Dinobot leader. Come around to the side. Has his bio. Actually, it's a new bio. It's one I haven't read before. It's a little bit more hardcore. You can pause and check out that. Has his tech spec there. You can pause and check out that. And a giant Autobot logo that you don't have to pause. Shows you on the back that his weapons do light up with the LED feature. Shows you the crown, and shows you Grimlock wearing all the accessories. It actually shows the eye change gimmick right there on the back. So without further ado, I'm gonna get into these toys. But this guy comes packaged pretty much the same way. Clamshell isn't taped, at least mine isn't taped. He's falling right out of there. And he comes packaged in robot mode. Immediately I can see a difference in the coloring of the plastic, and frankly it looks cheaper. That's right out of the box. But he's got a lot of bling going on right out of the box. So this is ToysRUS exclusive, and he only has 3 accessories: the crown, the sword, and the gun. And his instruction manual, not in color, it's a little fold out, and in color. By the way, I picked this guy up. When he was first released in Michigan, he was $59.99, and I had like a 20% off coupon, which gave me like 12 bucks off, which put him under 50 bucks for this guy, which was an awesome deal. And I went back and got some more, and they had bumped it up to $79.99, but they still had the pricing at the bottom for $59.99, and they had to honor that price. And I used a couple more 20% off coupons to pick up a couple more of these guys. But anyway, move on to Takara Tomy's Grimlock, which this guy, his bubble is taped up, clamshell, whatever you want to call it. So we're gonna release Grimlock from his stasis. get them out here and do a quick side by side. I think I missed one. Oh, didn't miss one. Oh, here is Grimlock. He comes with the helmet he used to transfer his intelligence to Computron in a cartoon animated series. He comes with the bow tie, apron, and serving tray and drinks he had on one episode, and the sword and the gun. Here is Takara Tomy's masterpiece Grimlock MPO8. This is the first release. This is the one that came with the sword and crown. This is the original release. Just getting around to open this guy up, and he's packed with plastic protecting the chrome bits on his legs, making sure they stay nice and shiny when you take it out. And his eyes again are in the red G1 toy mode. Awesome looking chrome on his chest. He has die cast in his waist. He has die cast in his dinosaur feet, claws, or whatever they are. Get him next to this guy. Open this up. Alright, the first thing I notice is the plastic is darker on this version than it is on the Hasbro version, and it kind of makes the Hasbro version look cheaper. Don't know if it is cheaper, but definitely a difference in the plastic. The Autobot symbol, the chest piece, this is like, has like a little bit of green to it going around, and this is like a little, it's darker. Never had the first version of the ToysRUS release. I don't know if it's identical to this one, but yeah, you can notice that immediately, the difference in the clear chest bits. Also, the mouth guard or face plate is a lighter gray than over here. Those are some differences right out of the box. As far as the paint apps, from what I can see, taking my first look, they're the same. Okay, I'm gonna turn these guys around. And as far as paint apps, they're the same. His head is packaged in a form where it's supposed to be. There's a peg that pegs in there that holds his head, and he was packaged with his head turned to the side. Not that it matters, just noticing it. Feel exactly the same. Very comparable. Other than the color thing, it's not a big difference. And I'm noticing a little imperfection in Grimlock's forearm where it's not quite fitting together. On the Takara Tomy version, no problem like that over here. I guess since I got him in robot mode, I'll go over articulation. I guess since this is the new guy, we'll use the new guy. He has like a bicep swivel. You can go left and right. You can turn it all the way around. His shoulders are on a ball joint, and the arms will rotate full 360 if you can get them past the Dinobot wings. Elbow joint, actually double jointed at the elbow. At his wrist, it 360s. Got a lot of range of motion there. His head is on a ball joint, and I like that they included a little neck piece Some of the first guy's head just set on the ball joint, but it looks like he has a neck. Not much side to side, but there is some. He can look all the way up. A little bit down his chest, blocking him from looking down. It will 360. And while I'm doing that, we might as well get to the eye gimmick. He has a little lever top of his head. Push it down. You push it down, and haha, you have the cartoon accurate blue eyes. This carries over to both of the figures, which is very nice. Back to articulation. He swivels at the waist. If I can just get him, or he doesn't swivel that much because of this little back part. His legs, they go out due to the transformation. They come forward. He bends at the knee. He bends at, there it is, tight ratcheting. He bends at the knee. I think I triggered the transformation. A little bit of ankle pivot, but that's mostly transformation. Okay, here they are, the weapons in hand. He has an LED light gimmick that lights up the sword, which is like barely showing under these lights. And this guy as well. His isn't much better if it's working at all. May have been in the box too long. Oh, you have to remove, I forgot about it. You have to remove the battery tab. Now it should work. There it is. You can see, even under this lighting, at least to my naked eye, it lights up a lot better than this guy. And because of this LED light in the hand, he doesn't open his hand. This hand opens and it has an articulated thumb. This hand only has the articulated thumb. It does not open. See if I can get it to light up under different lighting. Maybe I don't have it in good, but it looks like the battery's low. Try to switch it out. I think it doesn't go that way. That's a little bit better. Like, there's not much light to this at all. I'll get my hand behind it, and you can still barely see it. Like the battery's low. I've had this thing less than a week, and break out the Takara Tomy one. And you can see it lights up a lot better. Takara Tomy and Hasbro. Not much light in there. Really, not much light at all. Here we go with the guns. First up, Hasbro. And you can hardly see it. You can see it at the wrist in there, but you can hardly see it at the tips. That guy back, Takara Tomy up. You can see it throughout the gun. You can see it in the cracks, and you can see it at the wrist. Much more powerful LED light. So far, it's looking like there's a pretty substantial difference in quality between the two figures, leaning towards the Takara Tomy version. I want to take a moment to look at the swords. The Takara Tomy sword, they're slightly different in paint application. They both have like a metallic finish, but this one is a little bit darker red than the Hasbro version. I believe it's something they're doing on purpose, so you just don't have the same toy repackaged. And I really don't know which one I like the best. They both look nice. And the funny thing is, the sword a little bit hazier than this one, like with the Soundwave's chest, not quite as clear as the Takara Tomy on the Hasbro version. Alright, I'm gonna slide in the original G1 Grimlock to give a quick early size comparison and just to show all three of these guys together. So they did a good job of capturing the G1 toy cartoon and all the things that are inclusive to Grimlock. So transform these guys. And again, since the Hasbro release is the new one, more or less the star, I'm going to transform him. Got his sword, his crown, which is very nice. I have some detailing in there, and the back is actually different than the front. Has like a molded jewel in there or something. Real nice. Grimlock King. Oh, and this is from the European comic book that I never read, where he led the Autobots, and I guess he just wore a crown to let everybody know he was the leader, which is sweet. Here he is all transformed to his Tyrannosaurus Rex mode. Grimlock was always one of my favorite Transformers. What kid didn't like dinosaurs and trucks? That's why Transformers did so well. Then they had enough sense to make him a good guy and not a bad guy. It made it even more awesome because you had a good guy that could just tear shit up. Okay, he stands pretty good. He has a few gaps, but that's because of a couple of his gimmicks. The chromed out tail and the not chromed out tip. I guess because you handle it a lot and they made sure you just didn't wear it away immediately. But he looks real good in T-Rex mode. And again, you can see the green in this translucent plastic. And there he is. Guess I'll get to one of his two gimmicks in this mode. You can thrash his tail and it makes his head move from side to side. And inside his mouth you can see the flamethrower. Guess it would be. And also in one cartoon episode he used it to take control of real dinosaurs on the episode Dinobot Island. And his second gimmick in this mode, you can open up his head, go inside and turn his eyes from the G1 toy to the G1 cartoon. Now some people like their Grimlock to stand upright like this, kind of with his tail dragging, and that's very movie-ish. I like mine more tilted over, angled, almost like he's in predator mode, like he's hunting. I like it better like that. Okay, I'm gonna get the other guy transformed and we'll do a side by side. And here we are, T-Rex and Monster T-Rex, side by side. Alright, things you can tell just by a quick look. You see the gold is brighter in places on this guy than this guy. Like I said, in the neck, it's a darker translucent amber type. Over here it's like a green translucent thing. And I'm gonna bring in G1 Grimlock with the red eyes. Again, he only has 2 fingers. None of them articulated. Nothing is articulated but his head and his mouth. You can see he has like a much wider head in the G1 version, almost like like a pit bull or Rottweiler. This guy has a more streamlined, I guess more accurate head. Autobot logo is the same, other than like the lighter plastic. I guess I noticed that this one is a little bit looser, the Hasbro version, than this one. The joints are a little bit tighter. It's something I noticed in a few areas during transformation and just positioning the thing overall. And I just noticed the flamethrower in his mouth is a dark gray, charcoal gray. And in this mouth, it's the exact same gray as the rest of Grimlock's body. Speaking of which, I forgot he has a mouth gimmick. You can squeeze the sides here and he closes his mouth. Doesn't open it back again, but you get one good bite. And for the Hasbro version, same thing. I think these guys, I think Grimlock, whichever MP, especially the Takara one because of the accessories, I think he's one of the best masterpieces ever produced. Other than his scale, I think his scale kind of is a knock against him because he's not even as tall as Rodimus. But with his accessories, I think he captures everything that is Grimlock. And if you can get this guy for the $59.99 while he's out now, and I believe the 20% off coupon is good through the middle of June, and you can print it off online. If you can get that, and you get this guy $50, it's a win-win. You can't lose buying this guy at $50. And I like how they just made it look ferocious. I don't know if it's with the narrowing of the head, the claws, and the teeth. I mean, he's much more imposing than this than this one right here. Just by the slit of the eye. That's like this little glaring look. Me, Grimlock, no like you. Okay, I'm gonna get this guy transformed back into robot mode, do a couple comparisons. Open up Grimlock. Very simple transformation, very G1. Only real, I guess you would say, complicated part is the tail, which actually like locks into place for you when you're turning it back into the foot. Turn around. Here. Tuck that away. A lot of people actually complain that he was too simple. And I think the people complaining never had Masterpiece Megatron. But he's alright to me. The tail is complicated enough. Here he is, transformed back. Also, while you have him in this form, you can pose him with the chest things that become the wings. You can pose them up or down. I like them up. Makes them look bulkier. And I just wish they had stayed with the 12-inch scale, because a third party that made the slag or not slag actually came with like heels for Grimlock to make him taller, and just because he needs them. This is the Takara Tomy Masterpiece Grimlock version I got. Well, I guess it doesn't matter, they're the same size. And this is the ToysRUS exclusive Rodimus. And I got them in his hot rod mode, which is actually shorter than the Rodimus mode. And you can see I have him slightly behind Grimlock, and his head is taller than Grimlock. And the Dinobots were supposed to be these gigantic things, and yet this guy is bigger than Grimlock. And this is supposed to be the new scaling system. He's a lot bigger than Grimlock, especially because this guy is supposed to be bigger. To me, it's a little disappointing that he is as little as he is. And if I ever get a chance to get those little heels to make them taller, somebody put them on eBay or something, I definitely will. Or if they just sell them separate, I'll definitely get them, because not really feeling the scale right here. I mean, this is Grimlock, the Dinobot giant, and while he's still big and bulky and looks intimidating, he's just too little. He's too little when they compare him with the other guys. One more gimmick. If you press down on the legs, he has like a spring or hydraulic system that makes him answer yes or just move his head up and down. Nice little touch, but they didn't have to put it in there. So by all means, if you can find them, definitely pick them up. The only one flaw this guy has is the sizing and the scale, his height. And I'm gonna put in some pictures at the end. Let you check it out, let you be the judge. And thanks for watching my toy review, and I'll see you soon.
Autobots wage their battle to destroy the evil forces of the Decepticons, the Transformers.